A president demanding justice or weaponizing it? Trump orders his Attorney General to prosecute his enemies, naming Comey, Schiff, and James as guilty as hell. At stake, America's Justice Department and the line between law and power. US President Donald Trump has demanded that his Attorney General move quickly to prosecute figures he considers his enemies, the latest blow to the Justice Department's tradition of independence. Trump wrote in a social media post addressed to Pam, meaning Attorney General Pam Bondi. Trump named James B. Comey, the former FBI director, Senator Adam B. Schiff, Democrat of California, and Letitia James, the New York Attorney General, saying he was reading about how they were all guilty as hell, but nothing is going to be done.
Pam, I have reviewed over 30 statements and posts saying that, essentially, same old story as last time, all talk, no action. Nothing is being done. What about Comey, Adam Shifty Schiff, Letitia? They're all guilty as hell, but nothing is going to be done. Then we almost put in a Democrat-supported U.S. attorney in Virginia with a really bad Republican past, a woke rhino who was never going to do his job. That's why two of the worst Democratic senators pushed him so hard. He even lied to the media and said he quit, and that we had no case. No, I fired him, and there is a great case, and many lawyers and legal pundits say so. Lindsey Halligan is a really good lawyer and likes you a lot. We can't delay any longer. It's killing our reputation and credibility. They impeached me twice and indicted me 5 times over nothing. Justice must be served now. President DJT.
Asked later by reporters about his message for Bondi, Trump said,
They have to act. They have to act fast.
Trump's messages were one of his most overt attempts to date to override the traditional restraints on the president's involvement in law enforcement investigations after months of calling for criminal charges against those he perceives as political enemies. It comes a day after he called for the ouster of the U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia, Eric S. Siebert, who resigned amid pressure over his decision not to seek indictments against Comey and James. However, in a different social media post later on September 20th, Trump defended Bondi, saying she was doing a great job, but that she needed a tough prosecutor in the Eastern District of Virginia. Trump said he would nominate Lindsey Halligan, a special assistant to the president who was on his personal legal team, to fill the role. Halligan, who spent much of her career as an insurance lawyer, has never been a prosecutor. She joined Trump's personal legal team in 2022 and was at his Mar-a-Lago compound when the FBI executed a search warrant in its classified records investigation. She is also the White House advisor tasked with removing improper ideology from the Smithsonian Institution. Early on the morning of September 21st, Trump confirmed her appointment and congratulated her on Truth Social, praising her skills and talent. Siebert's resignation on September 19th after 8 months as interim leader came after he decided not to pursue a mortgage fraud indictment against James, citing insufficient evidence. Siebert, a Trump appointee who was initially recommended by advisors to Governor Glenn Youngkin, also recently declined to prosecute Comey. By the time Siebert resigned, officials had demoted his chief deputy, who traditionally would have assumed the top job, leaving the leadership of the Alexandria-based office in question. Amid the Justice Department shakeup, another controversy has riled up the Trump administration. According to reports, Tom Homan, the Trump-appointed border czar responsible for co-piloting the administration's unprecedented immigration crackdown, allegedly accepted $50,000 in bribes from undercover FBI agents posing as businesspeople last year. MSNBC reported on September 20th that in September 2024, the undercover agents recorded Homan allegedly promising to help arrange government contracts within the border security industry once Trump retook the presidency. However, Tom Homan used a profanity in denying reports alleging he received $50,000 in cash in exchange for contract awards in September of last year. In response to a question about the allegations from News Nation's Libby Dean, Homan said,
"It is bullshit."
Meanwhile, when President Trump was asked about the matter, he denied having knowledge of any such reports. Meanwhile, FBI Director Kash Patel and Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche said in a statement sent to The Hill,
This matter originated under the previous administration and was subjected to a full review by FBI agents and Justice Department prosecutors. They found no credible evidence of any criminal wrongdoing.
Other officials within the Trump administration have echoed the same rhetoric and chalked up the probe as politically motivated.
Tom Homan has not been involved with any contract award decisions. He is a career law enforcement officer and lifelong public servant who is doing a phenomenal job on behalf of President Trump and the country.
Jackson alleged that Homan was targeted by the Biden administration. However, Democratic Congressman Robert Garcia, reacting to the new reporting by MSNBC, said that Homan should be fired immediately.
It's outrageous. Obviously, this is incredible levels of corruption coming out of this White House. The fact that this is being swept under the rug by the Justice Department just goes against what is happening right now across this country. This is very concerning. First, Tom Homan obviously needs to be fired immediately.
Homan has been a key player for President Trump's immigration agenda, which has heavily been focused on mass deportation measures across the country. Immigration and Customs Enforcement has conducted raids at churches, homes, and workplaces to swiftly arrest individuals deemed to be in the country without legal status. Private contractors, including the GEO Group, where Homan was previously employed, and Core Civic, have been contracted to manage and operate ICE detention centres, while additional outsourcing has been undertaken to speed up the development of new holding facilities in Florida and other states.